shall obey my order.
Hey, what's up you guys, it's Xantho here. Today I'm going to be showing off and talking about my build I've been running for the last few days. I'm only level 93 right now, mostly because I've been running repeat content, like Uber Cortex with super bad mods. And I haven't been mapping a ton, mostly because I've been spending a lot of time in PoE and improve the character. Now what is this character? What's the build? How does it work? How is it put together? So this is a 7 Warcry, 12 automated skills, Eternal Apple, Brutus Sled Sprinkler, Auto Slammer, Berserker. So we're doing strength stacking with Brutus Sled Sprinkler. We only have 1100, which is fine because it gives a ton of damage. You don't really need to do 3,000 strength if you have other vectors of scaling your damage, which I do. So originally I was using Echoes of Creation with a pure Fizz version of this character. Mostly from, I kind of ripped the concept from acquaintance of mine in Global 5055, and a few other people from PoE Ninja. Saying a lot, whatever. So this character is using Eternal Apple. Eternal Apple says trigger socket work skill losing endurance charges with a 0.25 second cooldown, and you lose all endurance charges to reaching maximum endurance charges. So the way we make this work is we have minimum endurance charge crafts in our rings, or just an actual unveil, because these are veiled mods. So we get 2 minimum endurance charges, we have 3 maximum, and then we use Enduring Composure to gain 1 endurance charge every second if you've been hit recently. So the way we do this is automate hitting ourselves with Forbidden Right linked to Battle Mage's Cry and Auto Exertion. So Auto Exertion will trigger Battle Mage's Cry on cooldown and exert our attacks. And then exerted attacks, attacks exerted by Battle Mage's Cry will then trigger spells linked to Battle Mage's Cry when you hit them enemies with that exerted attack. So we're linking Flammability and Forbidden Right. So Flammability just curse the enemies automatically. Forbidden Right is going to make us take damage every time it's triggered. Now we need to have it be where 15% of our life till we take a savage hit, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So we get hit. Enduring Composure gains 1 endurance charge every second for 4 seconds, which means you gain bang, trigger that skill, bang, trigger that skill, bang, trigger that skill. Now the cool thing about Eternal Apple is that you still keep the buffs even though the war cries are pretty much automated. So we have Ancestral Cry for a ton of extra maximum resistance, a ton of extra just flat elemental resistance. Enduring Cry for an absolutely ungodly amount of regen, which we actually need because we degen so much with 99 rage and the rage effect and Rite of Ruin here, which makes you lose 0.1 rage per 0.1 life per rage. And that actually scales with rage effect, by the way. So if you have like 100% increased rage effect, which I actually do, I have more than 100% increased rage effect, it's actually 0.2% life per second. So it's like 20 plus percent rate degen. You're degening like 20 plus percent of your life per second. And you can't mitigate it. It's unmitigable. The only way to counter it, if you will, is with recovery, like regen and leech. It's not like RF where you can get 90% fire res and just counter it. You have to actually counter this with regen and leech. It's just, you just lose. It's not, degen, it's not like damage you're taking, you just lose that life. So, talking about taking 15% of your life in savage hits. With this setup, we have 20 Fortify and Aspect of Carnage, because you take 10% increased damage taken. You can't have over 57% Chaos Res. So I have 56. Can't have over 57 because that's what the math works out to be when you take a 40% hit from Forbidden Right. You can't have over 57% Chaos Res, for this character at least. So we need to take savage hits because we need to trigger Vengeful Cry. That Vengeful Cry can only be used after you take a savage hit, and it grants 3 rage regen per 5 power, counting a maximum 25 power, so that's 15 rage regen. And then it's because of Warcry buff effect, which we have a ton of. I think this gives like, if I'm not mistaken, let me look at PoE here. 34.3 rage regen per second. And not only that, it also prevents the natural inherent loss of rage from you not hitting enemies. That doesn't really matter because we have 2 seconds later here, and then I think we have 1 second later somewhere else. Actually, no, we actually don't have this one because it's not necessary. So I think with this up, we get 99 maximum rage, and over 30 rage regen per second. So basically, your berserk will last like almost a minute. It's like 55 seconds, I believe. That's also automated as well, along with blood rage. And I have leap slam, blood and sand, summon skitter bots, volcanic fissure snake, and overexertion. Waking level focus, waking level damage attacks, pulverize, awaken fire pen. But infernal cry back in here because it gives one more exert for auto exertion. So we have auto exertion, intimidating cry for double damage for 6 attacks. I think it's up 70% of the time with our cooldown. Kind of want that 23 to get that cooldown recovery rate to be high. Seismic cry for a bunch of extra AoE on our exerts, and once again 1 extra war cry for overexertion. And then infernal cry, just 1 extra exert. We already went over the auto exertion battle mage's cry setup, and then this, and then we just have the blood rage berserk automation. So let's do a breach map. See if we can get some good splinters and show you guys some clear of the character. This character is fully capable of doing Ubers. I just wouldn't really recommend it for doing Ubers because it's not the tankiest character in the world. So it's just not a super good Uber character, even though it definitely can do them. It's just not really built for it, you know what I mean? Just stick with the character's strengths. It's kind of just a fun, solid mapper. Pinnacle bosser, maybe not Uber bosser. But it has really good clear. Surprisingly good clear. So I have a lordship scarab in here. Where's the breach sword? Come on. Like I'm not gonna spawn? Is the scarab broken? Maybe I killed it already? Oh, there's the breach sword. Tools are kind of bad. Pretty much only want chalupa, you know? Chigula. I love calling Chigula chalupa. It's a classic meme. Another tool. So we have a ton of regen, but once again, it's only the counter an absolute ungodly amount of degen from Berserk and Rite of Ruin, because Rite of Ruin and Berserk also give rage effect, which increases the degen. This is not a super cheap character, but it's also not super expensive. It's not a replica Alberon's character, like a Zenith Molten Strike character that costs, you know, a couple fingers. No, it's not that. It's I think I've spent probably about 70-80 div on the character. Probably around that, yeah. As you can see, when I hit enemies, triggers that little ting you can hear right there, the little icon over my head, which is Vengeful Cry being able to be procced and then going off. So ting, there we go, Vengeful Cry. Then my rage goes up, regenerating rage, at 99 rage. So this is really a good breach character actually, because it kills all the rares pretty much instantly. And auto targets basically everything across the entire screen. It's really good for stuff that needs like good clear and good damage, such as breach. Really like harvest. Actually, harvest doesn't really need much clear, and just good damage and survivability. If you want to do really dense harvest, like on T17s. This character is exceptionally good for Breach just due to the amount of damage it has for T16s, T17s. Of course, we didn't get a Chula this map. See the map boss here? Oh, it's ghosted. Oh, sorry, dead. So, we have a ton of regen. I am poor as hell right now because I'm a gambling addict, like literally. Like I'm an actual gambling addict, and I spent about, I think, 130 div a couple hours ago doing double corrupts, and I only got in 40 double corrupts with like Diala's malefactions, a bunch of ephemeral edges. I just vendored them all because they're only like 30 C corrupted with white sockets. Bunch of Dialas and a bunch of Admiral's Arrogances with really good rolls. These were like 2 div a piece, and then the Locus of Corruption is 1 div for the temple. I did 40 of them, and I got 3. The other one I already sold, but I had 3 corrupts that I got implicits on out of 40. It's supposed to be a 1 in 4. I should have got 10, and I got 3. Yeah, so I lost about 130 div. But yeah, there's yeah, whatever. I'll make it back. It's gonna do much breach farming or something. Do uber bossing. Yeah, let's do some breach stones, maybe. So that's basically the character. Not really much else to explain. QB's in the description as always, and peace out, you guys.